to take it down today. Guess I'll take it down today. You said Ashley probably come in today?
Yeah, I just know that Chris can't.
That's what you call it coming in? Kenya?
I surely hope so.
Oh, you sleepyheads. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the end of the month. Wake up, wake up. It's the end of the month. Some things will never be fixed. It will always be broken because it was broken in the beginning. Remember that. No. It's always funny, man, when you go to Vegas and shit. Vegas legalized they shit. I was saying a homegirl on here, she was in Vegas and she was purchasing weed. Now, put you in mind that when we went to Vegas and we went to the Paiso, right, babe? And that's the name of it, Paiso? Paiso. We went to the Paiso dispensary and they had a gram for $29. $29 for a gram. And when I tell you the shit was so dry, and it was dry looking from the outside, looking into it, and I was like, what the hell? I told that lady, I said, this shit better be better than crack. And the bitch, she already knew that I knew my weed. So the bitch just walked away. Because she knew that shit wasn't better than crack. This shit is garbage. You know what I'm saying? Vegas got garbage weed. My daughter lived there. And she comes here, goddamn me, and try to get some motherfucking weed. Every time when she come here, she want to get some weed. Because Vegas shit is garbage. Like, it's garbage. I'm sorry. Vegas got, hey, Vegas got some of the worst weed I ever had. They weed worse than St. Louis. And at least St. Louis got a motherfucker to travel to come and get some shit. I don't know no personal growers in St. Louis, but I'm here to tell you, that shit is garbage. I still got that motherfucker. Let me see if I still got my bag. This is the dispensary bag that they have, right? And cool little bag, you know what I'm saying? You put the shit in or whatever. Ziploc, you know what I'm saying? Cool little bag. But for a gram, $29? That shit was not worth it. And luckily I had the first time patient thing, so that's why I got a discount. Gave me a discount with an extra 2 grams or some other little shit like that, or some shit to like or whatever. That's the only thing that made it worth it. But other than that, I would never, ever buy no weed from Vegas. Never. Unless it's a private person. And even then, they still get like 0.5. What the fuck is a 0.5? You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck do that? Man, either it's a gram or not. You know what I'm saying? So, but just want to talk on that or whatever. Had to just bring that topic up. That shit is garbage. I don't know if y'all ever just... It was so much garbage, we was putting garbage weed with the garbage weed to make it weed. That's bad when you try to combine a weed. If it $29 a gram, that shit better. I mean, I didn't have. Remember that baby? We bought a joint for what was that? $16. That one hitter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that was like a $20. $20.
Huh?
It's like $20. Yeah.
No, remember at the little on Pico. Remember they had like $16 or $12 or some shit for a joint, and we all went in and bought a joint one day. But it was really, really good to the point, like, shit, even 6 people couldn't even hit that motherfucker. Like, it was just bomb. Like, it was, we coughing like a motherfucker high. And, you know, and I think it was the second time that we had went and bought it where everybody else just kind of like pitched in just to buy that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? But Vegas weed, ugh. I would never, ever, ever buy nothing from their dispensary. I'd rather buy some shit off a nigga off the street.
That's what Shay said she do. She still got weed, man. That's why Marley was like, why you didn't tell me? Shit. It's dispensaries. We don't, I mean, I guess we got a weed man too, but still.
But still, goddamn. That shit was garbage. But, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to pay to learn, right? You pay to learn. And I believe in that totally. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think I'm so hard, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to teaching. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to pay to learn. And if the price of paying is you losing or you finding out the hard way, that's the price. That's your payment. You know what I'm saying? Just take it and learn from it. That's it. Take it and learn from it. Because a lot of people can't learn from their mistakes. They steady make the same dumbass decisions. So they always stay at the standstill. You're like, what happened? Well, listen. Kept on going, knocking this motherfucker head into that wall. And next thing you know, now he bleeding. It's not your fault. This motherfucker didn't listen. Hoy daring, lady do. 5700. It sound like a game block to me. You're 5700. You know, it's funny because a lot of people, especially, police and shit, I got locked up one time and he was asking me about my tattoo. Was you in a gang or something? You got all of those tattoos? I'm not your 5700 block of... I said, honky. I said, you was in the military, right? You was the damn president gangs. He sends you out to go kill people and come back and you don't get no money for it. You just get that bullshit ass paycheck. That motherfucker Hunky got mad as a motherfucker. He burnt my food and probably spit it and did everything else. Motherfucker Hunky out there in St. John. Hunky's out there in St. John, Missouri. Fuck them. Motherfuckers. I need to take my hair down.
Keni need to clean the bathroom today. Toilet, sink, at least. Shit.
God damn it. Go take the home down. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, St. Louis baby, born and raised. What's funny is I've been living on the West Coast over 20-some years now. That's the funny shit about that. It's been back and forth. I not stayed in St. Louis like hella. I'll probably come stay a year, 6 months or some shit like that. Yeah. See, that's one thing I did get away from St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? When I was growing up and shit, I lived out in Ferguson, Florissant, Blackjack, Hazelwood, and all that shit too, right? So that's when I was in high school. But I learned racism there. I learned how white people are really racist, and the hunkies are still racist to this day where they try to hide it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until then that I truly seen the hatred that white people have for blacks. And that's when I try to change some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? As much as I could in high school. And it was so funny because after I left the high school, the hunkies tried to make laws and rules and shit after I left. Because I was putting in so much motherfucking work by downing their motherfucking ass, showing that their true racism. And it came to the point where the Florissant police and Hazelwood police wanted to kill me. But they couldn't. They tried to set it up, but they didn't do it. So believe me, I know the police. I know how fucked up they are. And I even got beat up by a police, goddamn me, when I was 15. Handcuffed me. Beat me all in my motherfucking head and everything. And the only reason why they stopped was because some lady came out of her house that they had me in her yard, and she called her family friend. She said, This all I heard. Look how they beating that boy out there. Look how they beating that boy. And that's when they stopped. I bullshit you now. It was 2 black dudes too. It wasn't no white ones. It was 2 black dudes. And when I showed them motherfuckers while I was running and shit like that, them motherfuckers goddamn me gonna try to apologize and shit like that. It's a little bit too late now. Y'all done beat me up. I'm fucked up. Shit. I was running away from getting beat up, but y'all beat me up. Shit. Motherfucker shot up a damn party. I'm going home. Motherfucker goddamn me beat me up, man. But it's just one of those things. Yeah, they did us bad, man. You know, so I mean that's why, like, to this day, man, I don't give up the word hunky. I know what the true meaning of the word hunky is. It ain't nothing about calling them out of their name. I'm calling them exactly what they are. That's what they want to be called. They want to be called hunkies because hunkies are the people who, the white Europeans that came over here that worked with black people in the mines, but didn't want to be out in public to seen in public. So they used to go to brothels and then used to go to the French quarters, right? And that's when they were fraternized. That's when the hunkies were fraternized with the blacks. And everybody tried to act like it was a mutual thing. The French quarters. That's why everybody like going to the French Quarter, because it was a mutual thing. You can have sex with the black women and shit like that. You can go buy the weed and shit. You could talk and laugh and drink with the blacks. That's why the French Quarters was so important to New Orleans. It wasn't no some shit that it was willing to do. You know what I'm saying? They were still hunkies. They didn't like you. You couldn't walk around with them in the daytime in the French Quarters. They don't tell you that it was a slave motherfucking house right there in the French Quarters that Madam something, it'll come to me. But the bitch was sitting up there torturing black people. She had a fucking house right there in the French Quarters torturing black people.
They made American Horror Story episode off of that.
You know.
We didn't even know about that shit.
But people sit up there and try to act like, oh, because it is Mardi Gras, right? Yeah. Fat Tuesday, you know. Motherfuckers act like that shit is cool. That shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? So I don't disregard the word hunky. I would tell anybody, go look that word up. Go look up the word and see what it means. See, when it comes down to white people and shit, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be shamed with their truth. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna shame they motherfucking ass. I'm just that nigga. I'm gonna shame you. So ain't no hunky. What you want here, hunky? I love that quote. If y'all ever watched Cooley High and Jimmy Lee would take a trick, play a trick. He would rob a trick by telling that, yeah, man, I got the bitch set up over around the house, man. All you got to do is just go over and knock on the door. I got it all set up. So basically put the money in the motherfucking envelope. When you get done, your money's still going to be here and blah, 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 get your money. Well, anyway, Jimmy Lee sent the trick up to this one door. Dude had the man a big old motherfucker, right? And he was snaggletooth. And he had a what they call back in the day a process. You know, a conch or a process. Back in the day, they called it a process, a butter. That's what they call it, butter, when it's slicked back, right? So he go knock on the door for this girl. And the black man opened the door. What do you want here, hunky? What do you want here, hunky? He was trying to hide his missing tooth. What do you want here, hunky? Ain't no Leanne live here. And slammed the door. Then he said, oh shit, my money. Jimmy Lee had that bad weed. That was some bad stuff Stone and Robin had. Mm-hmm. We can't get none of that, but I know who can. Jimmy Lee. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Lee can get the fireweed. Jimmy Lee. What Jimmy Lee when he get out of jail? Oh, ain't Melba? What do you say? Oh, hey, Melba. You know I had to get out and get my motherfucking clothes done. Oh, hey, remember, I'm going to pay you back. Now, you done went out there and went to jail, and I had to go pay and get you out. Nah, I want my money, Jimmy Lee. You got to love the black culture, man. You got to love that shit. When we was coming up, man, you know, just think about it, being in the house, right? Who can remember when we was trying to create hip-hop? Remember when hip-hop and we had in St. Louis, we had a show called the Roll Call Show. It was called the Roll Call Show. And it started like this. I said, what's that name? Keni B. I said, what's that sound? What you wanted to be? I said, give me that #1 school. They call it Southwest High. I said, last night, a night before, 25 niggas came knocking at my door. I got up, I let them in. I hit them in the head with a rolling pin. We rolled to the left, back to the right. Oh boy. I said, what a night. I said, apple, orange, a peach, a pie. I love pussy and I tell you why. Pussy is good. Pussy is great. The more you eat and the better it tastes. Oh. That was the roll call show. Niggas would literally come in, they get a certain little section or whatever the fuck or what they can do, and it's a beat behind it, and people used to get on the radio and just rap. It used to just rap. That was rapping back in the day. That was rapping before all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Any Public Enemy or any KRS-One or, you know what I'm saying? When in 1979, man, motherfuckers listened to the roll call show. People was getting on there and trying to rap, creating rap. So motherfuckers would actually have like trench coats. They would take the lining out of the trench coat, right? So it can be more a little flappy or whatever, right? So it don't look so heavy. They take the French coat, they take their Usher gloves, right? Probably take their Daddy Bebop hat, you know what I'm saying? And you might have got some shoes, and might have got some motherfucking shoestrings in that motherfucker. What's up with you? What's up with you? And it may be thick or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You might have got, you know, you might have had a parent to get you some Adidas or some ponies. You see what I'm saying? Back in the day, Pumas and ponies was the shit. Nikes was there, but Cortez Nikes wasn't the shit. Pumas, ponies, Eagles, Adidas, what else was like the shit? And that was the main hip hop show.
Until we started making
until we started really making it grow. Because at first, you know what I'm saying, all that Louis and all that shit was really for white people that played tennis. That was for white people that was going to the Hamptons and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't black culture. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't afford the shit. So, when we was creating this shit, we was just using the shit that we had. That was the whole thing about hip hop, is using the shit that you had. It ain't like you had millions of dollars to go buy anything. You didn't have no turntables, of mixing switchboards and none of that shit. We didn't have that. We would actually go into vacant buildings and get the tile off of the floor. We didn't go to no damn hardware store to go get no tile. No, we went into old homes, old dilapidated buildings or whatever, pulled that shit up off the motherfucking floor and break danced on that on the street. That's what it was about. You find some cardboard, do that shit.
We was cardboard. Because it didn't rain here that much either. So
then you got to think about this. You know, we had something at that time that a lot of kids don't have today. We had cartoons with morals, right? The cartoons with morals of yesterday was like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby had morals in this whole cartoon. The reason why he totally did it. and it was something that we learned. So, and the one big moral about the whole cartoon is that it was the junkyard game. And anything that they wanted to do, it was there in the junkyard. You can create it yourself. You didn't have to go out and buy no big old guitar or big old sax. You put some shit together and make it sound like a damn saxophone or a guitar or some shit like that. And that's what motivated the creativity in a lot of black children still to this day. A lot of these people that you just ask them who were their teachers outside of school and home. They would have to say Bob Ross, which was PBS, and you have to say Bill Cosby, who was goddamn me the creator of Fat Albert. Those two right there show so much creativity in building and creating things and the mindsets of people, goddamn me, to this day, where black people still had their genius after Reaganomics. Do you understand me what I'm saying now? After Reaganomics, that was something that was sufficient enough to be able to create geniuses who didn't have millions of dollars with nothing and create millions of dollars. That's why you got a person like Jay-Z or Timberland or whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, that successfully on their own independence, not just so much of just being, you know what I'm saying, working, for somebody. Yeah, we know we got to work for somebody to get somewhere, but independently, Damon Dash, where you think that mindset come from? And I guarantee you, all of them would have to say that things that they watched on TV, such as Bill Cosby, was the Junkyard Game, Bob Ross, even Good Times. Good Times, JJ was my inspiring. He inspired me so motherfucker much to be I knew I was going to be the ghetto artist of my community. I wanted to be like JJ, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking around like, hey, palms up, all is well. Today,
Was that the first time somebody ever painted a black Jesus?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was a big controversy about the painting of, Jesus. And it's still to this day, that painting, that you see it on memes and shit where Florida Ave is looking at the picture that JJ drew. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in my house, but it was so controversial. And I think about that. Think how it rubbed off on me, because everybody know me. I'm very political. I'm very pro-black. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. It's funny how, those things that rubbed off on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, such as that, I can sit here to this day and, baby, she left her phone, y'all. Baby, your phone. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, man. So, it's funny how we can sit here and damn, let me close this damn window. Oh no. But it's funny how we can sit here and believe that, you know, it's just a natural given talent. I had to be the ghetto Picasso, okay? That's what JJ said. He's the ghetto Picasso. I'm the ghetto Picasso. I'm the ghetto Picasso. I and it was from TV. It was from thing. It was the television that was programming my mind to be able to see these things, to be able to, you know, vision, to be creative. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, we sit here and we play these little stupid ass games, man, and you know, we don't know how much we are influenced. This man right here influenced my life on some real shit. He stopped me from killing myself. A lot of people can't say that. Never met him a day in my life, but he stopped me from killing myself. His artistic view, his way that he believed or whatever, you know what I'm saying, his thug life, it stopped me. You know what I'm saying? It stopped me from doing a lot of shit, man. True, bro. Growing up, Mom Dukes had us watching all the black shows, feeling with more filled with morals and reasons, and it did play a big part in my life. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, I truly believe it, man. This right here is just all me. You know what I'm saying? So this shit right here, man, it played a very, very big part in my life where I just, man, I don't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know shit else. You know, when it come down to it, man, I don't know shit else. And I love that, you know, I was influenced by certain people, man, that inspired me to say, you know what, you can go out here and create your own world. You can have shit like this, man, and people be able to love you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's one of those things that you can teach. You can see I'm teaching my son. I'm teaching my woman to teach my son how to be spiritual, the spirituality. See what I'm saying? It's all about that, man. At the end of the day, a lot of people, they play these games, man. It's just one of those things. Once the lights off, no more creativity. No more. Then your legacy is gone. I want to be around, goddamn me, for a long damn time. And I think if my art uh, is my reflection of how I see life, you know. And put your mind, the other day, you know, because somebody stole my shit, you know, last year or whatever, and I'm just not getting everything back. And I've been doing paintings here and there and shit like that, man. But it kind of really broke my spirit. It really hurt me, man. Motherfucker stole all my shit, nigga. I had years and years of shit I've been saving, traveling with, you know what I'm saying? And somebody just stole it, and I know they probably just like fucking sold it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe $200 with all that shit, man. But I painted my homeboy. His father passed away, and I did like 15 shirts, 17 shirts the other day. Well, I finished yesterday, so that's why some of my, if you see some pictures, I got paint in my nails and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, paint in my nails. That's because I be painting this shit, man. It ain't because I'm a dirty nigga. I take my shower. Sometimes I got to get the scrub. But I actually getting back on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I did 17 shirts yesterday. He was happy and satisfied with the shirts. That's all that fucking matter. Uh, yeah. Yeah, that's all that matter. With that being said, I got other projects that I got to do, man. It's just something that a lot of the projects are really heavy on my heart because, shit, man, my mother passed. I got a friend that my partner wanted me to do the painting. You know, my cousin passed. It's a lot of paintings that I got to do, man. And it's real hard for me to, get into that mode. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in that mode, I really need nothing but complete, aloneness. You know what I'm saying? I actually, what made me do, I went and got some earplugs. I got a box of earplugs so I can be in there, and people was calling me yesterday and probably couldn't, I missed like a couple of calls because I had that shit in my ear, music on, fucking compressor on, I'm just working. And it was something that I basically, you know what I'm saying, I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I just got to get back to that point, man. But I've been doing other shit to make other shit happen, so therefore it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to push shit in the back to get shit done here so you can be able to go back to do that again. You know what I'm saying? But we was creative. I was always creative. I was making good go-karts. Who made go-karts when they was kids? I made go-karts. We made tumbling mats. That's what the Cosby shows and shit like that did to us. It made us very fucking creative. So I used to make clubhouses. I would take pallets, the regular pallets that we see today. We'll strip them down, pull them apart. You know what I'm saying? And use the nails, straighten the nails back out. Boom, boom, boom. So we didn't have to go buy the nails. And we didn't have to go buy wood. You know what I'm saying? So we used to get back on that subject. I used to build clubhouses, and I'm talking about really nice little clubhouses, like a straight up like a little house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We have a floor, we have walls. We'll go buy some carpet, put the carpets in there. We have certain type of little lights or whatever. And once we had it, we'll take it back down there and make another one, build a stand up and build a lay down, build a sit down clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? It was all type of little clubhouses that I used to build in. The go-karts, we would get the wheels off the big wheel. With the big wheel be fucked up, use the back wheel. You know what I'm saying? Because majority of the time, the front wheel used to go bad or whatever. So we would take that and nails and hammers, man, and make a go-kart. It wouldn't be sufficient to the point where it won't break down, but I guess with everything you build is going to break down eventually, so you have to fix it again. So it was just a maintenance thing that you had to do on your go-karts, but it was something that, when I was a kid, the girls used to like coming over. I knew the girls like our clubhouses and shit. So, you get a girl in there, you can kiss her. You know what I'm saying? Shit, she come in there something nice. It's better than my room, goddammit. But we was like 9 and 10. You know what I'm saying? 9 and 10 years old, 7, 8, 9 and 10. I say like, honestly, we was probably a little bit, we was like, I remember my 7th birthday. So we was like 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? We was like 6 or 7 over there building clubhouses. As a kid, like straight clubhouses, not no little bullshit either, y'all. Now it seems like it's either not safe to go out and be creative, or it's a screen. We did have more freedom when we was kids. When I was 12, by 12, 11 years old, I was going from one side of the town to the other side of town on a bus. And I would go see my brother, you know what I'm saying? And I go spend the night, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You silly as fuck. You was always doing shit for girls. Oh, hell yeah. I love women. I don't give a fuck. I love me some women. Hey, I'm going to tell you, I was 7 years old. My girlfriend was 13. That's how much I'm telling you, because I used to have money. Like, I used to hustle a lot, so I had money. So I always had shit. I could go buy a girl some shit or whatever, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she was beautiful. My girlfriend, she had beautiful long black hair. She was light skinned. A lot of people be thinking whatever the fuck, oh, he only like light skinned black girls. What the fuck ever. If that's my preference, that's my preference, but it's always been that. I love all women. But just at that time, my first girlfriend, shit, kissing me and everything, shit, man, and she was wow. My kids are creative as fuck in the house. Yeah, see, you got to be that now, but back in the day when, you didn't, see, you can also go out and buy certain things too, Ebony. See, back in the day, moms and them couldn't buy certain shit because that money it wasn't plentiful or it wasn't even available like that. So motherfuckers would try to be well, the mom that I grew up with, she, she was still country, you know what I'm saying? And we raised our food, you know what I'm saying? We grew our food. And so like certain things she wasn't, you know, she would go, put it this way, my mom, if we asked for it, my mother would go get it. So that's how we know how to cut hair and do hair and stuff, because we wanted to know how to we wanted to cut our own hair. And she went and bought us clippers and stuff like that, and we started, doing things like that. So she would do certain things like that, but she was still country, you know what I'm saying? So, and things wasn't available back then, so we just had to go outside to create. Shit, majority of the time, your mama wants you to get out the motherfucking house. She don't want your ass around there. Go outside and play, boy. Where your friends at? Uh, and back then, you didn't have people that was just driving by, shooting and killing motherfuckers. You didn't have people, drug addicts just everywhere. You didn't have people that didn't have morals and respect for the elders. You see what I'm saying? It was totally different. You know what I'm saying? Now you take your kid and tell them go to the damn playground, it might get shot or raped. You know what I'm saying? Or kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different time. You know what I'm saying? We used to walk up and down the alleys, trying to find 10. Remember walking up the alleys and trying to find the large Pepsi bottles and Coca-Cola bottles and turn them in, redeem them for 10 cents, and you take it to the store and you get around about 10 boxes of Mike and Knights, or you get $1 worth of penny cookies. I remember shit like that. That's what I remember. That's what's up. That's how I try to be with my little cousin, but they only want the tablets. That's because, bro, they want to be able to tell live vision. They want to tell live vision programming. So they want to tell live vision programming. So they want to lie to you with the imagery. Here in Los Angeles, man, LA, man, you know that this is the imagery capital of the world. The perception, they having a big perception this Sunday called the Oscars. It's right up the street. They got the Oscars going on, right? And it gives these people, other people, this false illusion or this false hope that yes, you can have a star on Hollywood too. Some people, and it was funny because they act as if that you earn that. They don't tell you that somebody paid that and it's a tax write-off for whoever the friend that they honoring their accomplishments. You see what I'm saying? Make a long story short, man, it's a big illusion. You know what I'm saying? And the tablet itself keeps the mind. It's almost like, the Hunger Game. It's like the Hunger Game mixed with the Incredibles 2 when they got the screensaver. The screensaver hypnotizing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And the Hunger Games got the people sitting there in illusion. They all like, oh my God, this is great. This is great. I too want to be like this. Maybe one day, maybe I will never ever be it, but I live to see it. And I seen Diana Ross, and it's just an illusion. You see what I'm saying? And it's stopping the children from being productive. It's stopping them from going outside and creating. It's like we becoming the caveman inside of the house. So now the children, you yourself, don't go nowhere. Now they can monitor you from your household because your Wi-Fi and your cable is on. They can not make you ain't got to go to the mailbox. The motherfucker get delivered to your door. You ain't got to step outside your house. You ain't even got to go get no food. You got Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? And if you do got to go somewhere, you ain't even got to buy a car. We got Lyft. You see what I'm saying? So how do you be creative when you got all these accessories to not be creative? See, a motherfucker love to take a picture, right? People love taking pictures. But how valuable is that picture compared to somebody drawing your grandmama? How valuable? You got a picture of grandmama? But how valuable to you was somebody drew the picture of your grandmother and you feel the passion into that painting? See, people they even got little apps and shit now where they could just make like they drew you or something, but it's not personalized. You can't still see it. You don't see the flaw. You don't see the creativity. You don't see the mistake into a meant to be. You see what I'm saying? You don't see that. You just see something that was sketched out off of the drawing. Puts a splash of color in it and, oh yeah, I did this. That's not creative. It takes a motherfucker. This will always be more creative. This symbol right here. The hand and the pen. That's it. Shit, sometimes you gotta snatch them devices. I know I do. Yeah, I do too. Cause King he'll sit there, King got his little clubhouse that he go into and shit. And he'll sit there and watch his little anime and all that dumbass shit. But that's him. That's what he do. But at the same time, sometimes you gotta get that shit away from him. You know, that ain't what it's all about. Go be creative. Go do some shit. Ride your bike or something. Yep. That's why I tell King, go read a book. Shit. Ain't nothing wrong with reading a book. You know, as you get older, you starting to see that, you know, you got to bite down, you got to study. It ain't just going to school and just writing on some shit. You got to memorize some shit. You know. But I remember those days, man. Those days was very creative. That's how hip-hop got started. Little kids that didn't have shit. You know what I'm saying? I had pro wings. And I tell motherfuckers still to this day, nigga, I had buddies all the way up to the goddamn sixth grade. Shit, I wore buddies all the way up to the 6th grade, nigga. I ain't had no real motherfucking shoes like that, nigga. And I had around about 4 or 5 pairs of pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I ain't had no oodles of clothes. My shit wasn't no name brand. I was a popular kid still, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about it. I wasn't never dirty. You know what I'm saying? I didn't wear shit that was raggedy. It just wasn't name brand. And I grew up learning shit. Well, no problem with wearing no shit that wasn't name brand still to this day. You don't see me with that shit. I have on decent fucking clothes. Matter of fact, I learned how to draw on my clothes to make my clothes look more worth than anything. See, that's the creativity. See, if it wasn't for me not having certain shit like that, I wouldn't be an airbrush artist. I wouldn't be drawing on clothes right now. You know what I'm saying? Because think about that shit. I didn't wear that shit, so I had to be creative. So when my He-Mans, you know, when you get the He-Man toys and shit, it was passed down with your friends or whatever. Y'all trade y'all toys or whatever. By the time I got the He-Man, right? And this real talk. By the time I got the He-Man, it didn't have all the accessories. Even though I traded my friends, I probably just wanted the He-Man, the certain He-Man or G.I. Joe, and it just didn't come with the accessories, you know what I'm saying? And even the big ass wrestlers, you know, I made clothes for them. You see what I'm saying? I made clothes. I ain't want no naked ass white man sitting around and, you know, so I make them like a shirt or something, you know, and they be wrestling in a shirt. And put you in mind, I was infatuated with characters, action figures, all the way up to like 15. You know, once I had my kid, I stopped really doing it because when I was bad and shit, you know what I'm saying, and we used to steal cars and we used to go around looking for cars, I used to just pick out the cars that had like teddy bears and shit all in the windows and shit, certain type of little Garfield stuck on the windows and shit like that. I used to steal those and have it for my girlfriends whenever they come over to my house. Yes, I was that nigga. You can have a teddy bear. Go ahead. Which one you want? I never bought it. But anyway, I said I definitely agree with both of y'all. I see both sides. Okay, right. Yeah, investing in some books for them at home. They are used to the tablet and the phone, but at this house is a whole other ball game. Well, what I would tell you, check this out. Start off. Okay, check this out. Start off with little home games, like little Connect Fours. Start with a Connect Four. You know what I'm saying? So, it would be a competition. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes let them win. You know what I'm saying? Then you know what I'm saying. With the books, start role playing. You know what I'm saying? Start reading with them at like it's a storyline. You know what I'm saying? Start looking at lectures so they could be interested. You see what I'm saying? I definitely feel your pain, but it's definitely a way to keep the kids entertained without devices. Tell them when you come get. What's up, OG? OG Teddy. OG Teddy, do you remember when you first fell in love with hip hop? What was you doing when you first fell in love with hip hop? What was the song that made you say, you know what? I'm going to get my butt up off the seat and I'm going to move my feet. What song was that? Say, I'm going to love this for life. This ain't going nowhere. Do y'all ever think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know we finna, we the next motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, to go. But do y'all think, man, they gonna forget about us? Do y'all think the motherfucker, the generations before is gonna forget about the Reaganomics kids? The kids that they released cracked on, you know what I'm saying? They put in the communities to kill the blacks. Y'all think our descendants is gonna see our face? Because that's what we have to think about now, to see our face, to look back into history. That's why I do this shit. That's why I go so hard. Because I want my kids to know this data going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it may be and whoever stumble over this, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they can see the passion and the suffering within the DNA. yeah, you want them to, be able to live that life, you know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it, the safe time to even be outside is like the winter time, you know what I mean? Where you can build snowmans and shit like that. Because even though the man probably got the gun, you know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people trying to run and get away with a gun in the snow. And they ain't just gonna be doing stupid shit in the snow because they know they can't get away too fast. So it is a fun time for the kids to go outside and play. You know what I'm saying? In the snow, you let them do that. And when it's, they can go out there and be peaceful and play on the chalk, you know what I'm saying, and draw and do things on the concrete with the chalk and stuff like that. That's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely needed. It's definitely needed. But, a lot of these kids now, they don't know how to go out and be creative. My mama used to play Chug Rock and Slick Rick before I heard BTH. What the hell is BTH? What the hell is BTH? Ooh. But yeah, I used to break dance and shit. I used to beatbox. I was good too. I was really, really good. And the whole thing about that, you know what I'm saying? I used to think I was going to be a beatboxer in my life. But motherfucking shit, technology got good and motherfuckers advanced more and more when they came up, with synthesizers and switchboards and beat machines and all this shit, man. This shit just you know, got bigger and better, and goddamn me, it was lesser for the demand of a beatboxer. But I used to beatbox, man. I thought I was gonna be the next human beatbox. You know what I'm saying? Man, I thought I was the shit. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay, you know, I thought I was gonna be the ambassador. I thought I was gonna meet the human beatbox one day, and all these things. I had big dreams. You know what I'm saying? I had straight up big dreams about being a beatboxer. Yeah, I know, but I thought I was just gonna be, I thought that was gonna be my career. I was gonna choose that. You know what I'm saying? But the great thing about hip hop, you always have another element. Hold on one second, y'all. I gotta do this real quick because my battery running low. There we go. But I swear to God, man, I thought I was gonna be a professional beatboxer, but the other element of hip hop, which is 4 different elements. You know what I'm saying? You got the MC, you got the DJ, you got fashion, then you got the art. But anyway, they give me 20 seconds now, and I'm gonna go out with a beatbox.